Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. I am Kosi by name. Please, your first time coming across my video, thank you so much for stopping by. Please do not forget to subscribe. So guys, today's video I will sharing with you on how to make a corset with a yoke and a Basque waistline. So this video will be very long because I'll be sharing with you guys on how to make Basque waistline, on how to make corset, and on how to attach yoke to it, just like you see me wearing. So this video will be very long. It will be very long because of the three things that I just mentioned that I'll be sharing with you guys today. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching and let's get into today's video. And please appreciate me by subscribing to my channel after you are done watching this video. Thank you so much and let's get started. Welcome back guys. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and do is to draw a straight line across. So this place you are drawing a straight line will serve as your starting point. Do you get? So this is your starting point line. After I was done doing this, I'm going to go ahead and place my tape. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark 9.5 inches. This will serve as my bust point. Then I'll come down by 12.5 inches. It also serves as my under bust. Then I also come down here by 15 inches. It's also going to serve as my waistline. Then after I was done doing this, I will go ahead and repeat the same thing. Mark 9.5 inches, 12.5 inches, and 15 inches. You get, so I'll do the same thing here as well. Then after doing that, I'll just go ahead and connect it to give me a straight line with my ruler. After making my straight line, I will go ahead and label the first line as the bust point, under bust point, and my waistline. Do you get? Then after I was done labeling, what I'm going to do next is to place my tape under the waistline I marked. Then I'm going to come down by 5 inch. I'll make my point there, also do my point here as well. Then I'll use my ruler to connect it just like this. Do you get? Then after I was done connecting, I'm going to go ahead and label it as the Basque. Do you get? So this is an extra 5 inch for the Basque waistline. Do you get? Then after I was done doing this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to place my tape on the shoulder line. I'll divide my shoulder circumference into 2. Then I'll come down by 7.5 inches. I'll go ahead and draw a straight line to meet the 7.5 inches. So it's going to serve as my armhole line. So to get this, to get your accurate armhole line, you're going to divide your bust circumference into 6, then add extra 1.5 inches. I did that and I got 7.5. Do you get? So go ahead and do yours like that. Then after that, I marked ½ inch for my shoulder slant. I'm going to go ahead as well, divide the midpoint into 2, then came inside by ½ inch as well, and I'll divide my bust circumference by 4, make my point there, then use my curve rule to do what, connect those points just like you see me doing. Do you get? Just go ahead and do yours like that. So if you do yours like that, you're going to get your exact armhole line. You get, without any stress, for beginners especially. Then after I was done making my curve, what I'll do next is to extend this line to meet the front part there. So after I was done, I'm going to label it as the chest line. So now this is my chest line. Do you get? Then after doing that, I marked 3 inches for the neck wideness. Then I'm going to go ahead and come down by 3.5 inches. Do you get? For the neck depth. Do you get? So I'll just go ahead and connect the 2 points to give me my round neckline, just like you see me doing. After I was done making my shoulder slant, this is where I have. So right now we are going to move into the vision of sports span and darts. Alright. So next thing to do is to go ahead, place your tape on the waistline, on the Basque, on the bust point, divide your nipple to nipple by 2. That is your bust span. Go ahead and divide it into 2. I divided mine and I got 3.5 inches because it's 7 inches. So divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5 inches. I used it and made a straight line. Do you get? I made a straight line like that. Then on the waistline, you're going to subtract ½ inch on the both side. Do you get? So after that, you're going to connect it from the bust point to meet the Basque. Do you get? So just look at how I'm connecting it. Go ahead and connect yours like this. You get? Subtract ½ inch on the waistline. Do you get? Then after I was done doing that, I'll come here at the shoulder and I'll divide what I have left. I divided it and I marked the midpoint, so I'm going to connect it to meet the bust point. Do you get that? Is going to give me a shoulder dart. Go ahead and draw a straight line just like you see me doing. Then after I was done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to place my tape. So go ahead and place your tape from the bust point line. Go ahead and place it to the under bust line. I placed mine, I got 3 inches. So go ahead and place yours. Whatever you get, use it and form a circle. For me, I got 3 inches like I said earlier, so I use it and form a circle just like you see me doing. So this circle is not really necessary, just for a guide, especially for beginners. Do you get? So guys, after making my circle, this is what I have. So the next thing to do now is to place my tape on the under bust line. I'm going to subtract another 1/4 inch at both sides. So if you are busty, go ahead and subtract 1/2 inch on the both sides instead of the 1/4 inch. That is if you are busty. So I made a mistake here. I supposed to, after marking the 1/4 inch, I supposed to draw a straight line from the under bust to meet the basque waistline instead of this slant. You get, but because this marker, I don't even know when I did this. You get, so I'm so sorry. If you are doing yours, just after marking the 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch at both side on your under bust line, go ahead and draw a straight line. Do not give it this slant look. Do you get? Forgive me. So the next thing, after I was done doing this, next thing I'll go ahead and do now is to bring my curve rule. So I'm going to go ahead now and make my curve, but before then, what I'll do is to go ahead, come up by 1/2 inch on the chest line. You can also decide to maintain the chest line. You can come up by 1/2 inch, you can come up by 1 inch as well. If you don't want to come up by those inches I just mentioned, you can equally maintain the chest line. After doing that, I'm going to come up here at the chest line, then I'll subtract 1 inch at the both sides. Then I'll use my curve rule to connect it to meet the bust point, just like you see me doing. So after I was done doing this, I'm going to measure what I have here, and I have 3.5. I measured this one, I got 3 inches, so I'm going to add extra 1/2 inch in order to make both lines equal. Do you get? Then after I was done doing this, next thing I'm going to do now is to place my curve rule. If you don't have curve rule, you can actually do this with a free hand, but before then, I marked 1/2 inch on the center, that is at the folded part. Then I extended it just a little bit. You get, this determines on how wide you would want the center front to be. 1 inch or 1/2 inch is okay. Then after I was done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make my curve. So from that 1/2 inch on the center, go ahead and make your curve to meet the side here. Then after that, you're going to as well go ahead and make your curve. Just look at what I'm doing. Just connect it from your under bust line. Go ahead and connect it just like this. Just look at what I'm doing. Go ahead and connect it to meet this other point. Do you get? Then after I was done doing this, to get the other side, that is the side going towards the armhole side, what you're going to do now is to divide your bust circumference by 4. Don't add any stitching allowance yet. Then go ahead and divide it again to get the midpoint. Then come down here by 1/2 inch. Place your ruler and give it a straight line to the part going towards the armhole side, just like this. Then place your curve rule or your free hand. Go ahead and make your curve to meet that point exactly. You get, you're going to curve it to meet this line, this point here exactly. Then after doing that, you're going to curve it again to meet the under bust point. Just look at what I'm doing. So let me remind you that this 1 inch on the both side of the shoulder dart is just for a bust tightening. Do you get? So after I was done doing this, what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and add my bust circumference, the waist circumference. Go ahead and divide it into 4. Then mark it and replace your dart. After doing that, I'm going to add your normal seam allowance, which is 2 inches. Do you get? Then after I was done, I'll use my ruler to connect it, just like you see me doing. Then after doing this, next thing I'll go ahead and do now is to shed this part. So this part I'm shedding now will be cut off, so we'll be needing this part here. Then after doing that, guys, what I'll do next is to go ahead and cut it off. Do you get?
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear.
So guys, after I was done cutting, this is what I have for the front. Can you see? So after doing this, next thing is to go ahead and remove the cup and the yoke aside. Then I'm going to go ahead and place just the center. I don't have steady tape for now. If not, I could have taped this side to give me a one piece. Do you get? So guys, these are all the pieces I have for the front. Do you get? So the next thing to do now is to bring my marker and label it. Do you get? So I'll label the first cup as 1, label the second one as 2, then give an arrow to know where to join it. Do you get? Then label the upper part as the yoke. Do you get? So guys, this is what it looks like after I was done. Now this is for the back. We are going to go ahead and cut out the Basque of the front later. You get? But for now, this is the back. You can see how I placed it, and I also went ahead to mark 1 inch for my zipper, and I marked the starting point and the end point. You get? Then after I was done, now what I'm going to do, you know that the waistline is 15 inches, so I added extra 1 inch to give me 16 inches. So go ahead and add 1 inch to your half length for your back. Do you get? Also go ahead and spot out your bust points, your under bust points as well. Then this line I extended here. The first one is for the bust point, second one under bust, and the last one is the waistline. Divide your shoulder by 2. Then mark your armhole line. Do everything for the armhole. Then after doing that, I'll be right back.
Grasping into life. Life is happy, but it's so insane. We must merely make a start.
So guys, after making my armhole curve, I'm going to place my tape on the under bust line. I'll go ahead and divide the nipple to nipple into 2. I mark 3.5. I drew a straight line. Then on the waistline, I'll subtract ½ inch. Then connect it to the bust point. You get, making it a slant. Then after I was done doing this, next thing to go ahead and do is to bring the side front of my paper. This is the side front, and this last line here with the pencil is the waistline. I marked extra 1 inch to give me 16 inches. That is the little dot you are seeing right here after the waistline with the pencil at the side front. Do you get? Then you can see where I placed it. I placed it at the waistline of the back pattern. Do you get? Then sketch it out using the side. After that, then I'm going to make a shoulder slant using my ½ inch. Place my tape again, mark 3 inches for the neck wideness. After I was done doing that, I'll go ahead and cut it off like this.
Savannah.
After cutting, I placed my ruler, then I made a straight line from the armhole line. Can you see? Then after that, I labeled it as the chest line. Do you get? Now I'm done with the drafting of the back. What I'm going to do next is to make a V. So from the 3 inches wideness for the neck, go ahead and make your V if you want yours to be V. If you don't want yours to be V, you can come down by 1.5 inches or 2 inches and make a round neckline for your high neck. Do you get? So after on, I labeled it as the yoke, the upper part, then label the side zipper as the zip. Do you get? So go ahead and cut it off like this. So you can see what I'm doing now. You are going to also cut out the dots. Do you get? Go ahead and cut out the dots as well. After cutting the dots, you can see what I have here. So I will go ahead and place another paper on fold. Then place this one on top of it. Use my pin to pin them down, and I'll use my marker to sketch it all the way around just to give me a one piece. Do you get? I just need it to be just one piece, not these two. Do you get? So go ahead and do yours like that.
We'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk.
After cutting, I will draw a straight line for my zipper allowance. Go ahead and label it as the zip. Then after labeling, you can see where I have. So this is the yoke. This is how the yoke is going to be at the back. Can you see? So I'll label this one as the back, just like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys all the patterns we already cut out. So you can see the front pattern paper with the yoke, and you can also see the back with the yoke as well. Can you see? So guys, this is how you go about drafting a corset with a yoke. Do you get? So right now what I'm going to do next is to cut out the basque for the front. You know I haven't cut out the basque for the front. Now I'll go ahead and cut out the basque for the front. So guys, this is the front pattern paper. So I'll just go ahead and draft the basque. Do you get? There's nothing really hard here. So after labeling the waistline, go ahead and place your ruler and make your V curve. So the V curve is the basque, you can see. So go ahead and make your V curve like this using your ruler. Then after I was done doing that, you can see what I have here. Then go ahead and cut it off just like this. After cutting, guys, this is what I have. So you can see the basque. We now have basque waistline. So guys, this is the material. These are the materials I will be using. I have my Ankara fabric and also have this regular boning. I'm making use of 1/4 inch. Then I have net, stay and doll face. Do you get? I also went ahead to transfer this to my actual fabric and the lining as well. So for the boat yoke, I use less net for the boat yoke. You can decide to use your 2 net if you want. Do you get? So after I was done transferring this to the actual fabric, the next thing I'm going to do now is to iron my stay and also go ahead and cut out the wording for the 2 cups. Do you get? So guys, you can see what I have here. I've gone ahead to cut out the wording and I ironed the stay on all the pieces I have. You get? I ironed stay on all the pieces I have except the yoke. That is the one that has net at the upper part. Do you get? Now the type of wording I'm using is the one that has shining at the back. I love using that wording so much. I love using it when making a corset and I also love using it when making a bustier. Do you get? So go ahead and make use of this word. You're going to love it. Do you get? It has gum at the back and you can see that I went ahead to cut everything I already told you guys. You get? So right now I'm going to go ahead and sew the front. So I'm going to start from the front by removing the pins. Do you get? Just go ahead and unpin your pins, then remove the lining and work on the front just like you see me doing. Now the first thing to do is to start joining the front part. So open the center front, go ahead and pin it down like this. You're going to place the side front like this, place them the right side facing each other, then go ahead and pin it down. After pinning this one, I'm going to also pin this other one down here, then go ahead and sew with 1/2 inch just like this. Then after sewing with 1/2 inch, I'll also go ahead and iron the seam opening. So guys, right here you can see what I have here. This is the back view. You can see how it looks like. So make sure you iron your seam opening. So right here I'm going to create a boning channel. Do you get? So I'll just draw a straight line at the center, drew at the both dart legs. That is this place I joined. You're going to create your boning channel there as well. You can make any designs you want. You get? You can make any designs you want. So for me, I'm okay with this 4 lines or 5 lines, I think. Okay, I'm okay with these 5 lines here. So now I'm going to place my barriers here. I'll place my barriers on all the 5 lines I have. After placing your barriers on all the lines you marked, go ahead and sew on the tip. Do you get? Sew on the tip of these barriers. So I'll just go ahead and sew on the tip and I'll be right back. So guys, after I was done, so you can see what I have here. So this is where I have, this is the back. You can see how the back is looking. So I'll just keep it aside and I'll work on the curves. So these are the curves, this is the front curve, do you get? So I'll go ahead and remove the lining, the pattern and the wording for now. Just go ahead and keep it aside, you get? Then I'll bring the main fabric, the two curves for the main fabric. I'm going to bring it, so just go ahead and place it. When you're placing it, you watch it very well, do you get? So you're going to place it directly like this, do you get? Then use your pin to hold it in place. Then go ahead and sew it with half of an inch, just like this. Then do the same thing for the other cup as well. So guys, after I was done sewing the both curves, this is what I have. I also made notches all around the two curves, do you get? So right now what I'm going to do is to bring my tailor's arm and I'll place the curve the wrong side like this. Then I'll head over to my table and I'll iron the seam opening. I'll do the same thing for the other cup as well, and I'll be right back. But before then, this is a tailor arm. If you don't know how to make this, I already have the video on my channel. You can go ahead and check it out as well. I've gone ahead to iron the two curves, as you can see. Now this is the wrong side. You can see how it's looking. Go ahead and iron the seam opening. Can you see what I have here after I was done ironing mine? So it's not necessary to iron those curves in a flat surface. Just go ahead and get the tailor's arm. It's going to help you a lot. Then after I was done doing this, the next thing to do now is to work on the wording. I will keep the both curve aside and I'll work on the wording. So these are the wording for the curves, do you get? I will also go ahead and do the same thing I did on the wording, do you get? But this wording, this is how you're going to place. If you want to sew it, you're not going to sew it directly with half inch. You can just place it the right side facing each other. Go ahead and make a top stitch, do you get? If you have a zigzag machine, you can also go ahead and make your zigzag, but don't sew it like you normally join cups, you get? Don't sew it like you normally join dresses, you get? Just go ahead and top stitch it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So guys, after top stitching the curves, this is what I have. Can you see how mine is looking? So this is how you go about top stitching the curve, do you get? So after I was done doing this, next thing is to bring one of the curve, and right now I'm going to place the shiny part of the wording on the wrong side of the curve, do you get? Just make sure that the shiny part placed on the wrong side. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but just look at what I'm doing, do you get? Then after placing them like this, you're going to go ahead and iron it. That is why it's very important and necessary to have your tailor's arm. It's going to help you when ironing anything, breast pad or cups like this. You can see what I have here. So go ahead and watch this video to learn how to make this for yourself. So guys, this is what I have here after I was done. You can see that I already gone ahead to iron it out, and you can see that it's well relaxed and it's not removing because I used the shiny part for the wrong fabric, sorry, on the wrong side of the cup. And also trim out any excess if you have one, do you get? Then after I was done doing this, I'm going to bring the front half length like this. Then I'll just go ahead and join the curves, do you get? Just look at what I'm doing. Go ahead and join the curve like this. When joining the curve, go ahead and look very well so you don't place the right side on the left side, then place the left side on the right one, do you get? Just look at what I'm doing so you place it very well.
Lions roaring in the morning sun.
After placing, you can see where I have here, so I'll just go ahead and sew it all around. Then I'll do the same thing for the other cup and I'll be right back. After joining the two cups, guys, you can see where I have here. So I have little excess at the top. I'll just go ahead and trim it off like this. So after sewing, if you have any excess, go ahead and trim it off, but be very careful so you don't trim off the right side. Also go ahead and make notches on the wrong side of the cup. You can see that I made notches. Just go ahead and make notches on yours when you are done sewing, do you get? So the next thing to do now is to go ahead and place the lining. You can see that I did the same thing on the lining as well. So I have excess there. I also went ahead to trim it off just like you see me doing. Then after doing that, you can see what I have here for the lining. Do you get? Now the next thing to do is to bring the yoke, the front yoke. Go ahead and bring it. Now it's time for us to join the yoke neckline. Do not also forget to knot the wrong side of the cup for your lining as well. So guys, for the front yoke, you're going to unpin and remove the pepper on it. Then go ahead and place the front half length on it this way. Then cut off the excess at the armhole side. Do you get? So go ahead and place it, cut off the excess on the armhole side just like this. Then after you are done doing that, you are going to notch the midpoint like this. Then go ahead and place your yoke. You get, place it the right side facing each other like this. You can see how I placed mine. Ensure your net is straight and is well relaxed when placing it. Do you get? Do not go ahead and stretch it when sewing. Then after placing the net, you are going to bring the lining, place it on top of the net. Make sure that they are all placed the right side facing each other. Then use your pin to pin them down in place. Then after holding them down with your pin, pinning them down in place as well, you are going to head over to your sewing machine and you are going to sew it with half of an inch. Also sew the both side as well with half of an inch.
Lions roaring.
So guys, after I was done sewing, you can see what I have here. So this is the back view. You can see how it looks like. Now you can also see the lining popping out on the neckline. Do you get it? Just pulling out the neckline. So I'm going to use my hemming gum to hem it. You get? So go ahead and make use of your hemming gum this time around. Hem it on the neckline and go ahead and iron it so it's going to stick with the lining. Do you get? I will be right back. So guys, after hemming the neckline, you can see what I have here. You can now notice that the lining is no more pulling on the neckline. It now stick together, and I also went ahead to iron it out as well. The next thing to do now is to make use of my boning. Like I said before, I'm making use of a ridgeline boning. That is the sewable one, and it's 1/4 of an inch. So guys, I'll go ahead and pass my boning through the barriers I have. I'll do this on all the barriers I have there. Then after doing that, I'll be right back. I will advise you remove 1 inch from the boning. Let's say you placed it on the barriers to see the length or to know the length you have. Then go ahead and just remove 1 inch so you're not going to sew on top of it. Do you get? After inserting my bonings, you can see where I have here. So I'll just go ahead and iron it very well. So guys, this is what I have here after I was done ironing. You can see now it's now look flat. After ironing, if you have any excess at the down part, go ahead and trim it off just like you see me doing. After doing that, next thing to do now is to work on the back piece. So guys, for the back piece, you're going to go ahead and unpin the pepper, then keep them aside. Do you get? Now we are going to go ahead and pipe the back neckline using your barriers. You get? So I have black barriers for mine, and go ahead and open the front yoke like this. Open it up and pipe the neckline just like you see me doing. So guys, after piping the back neckline, the next thing to do now is to go ahead and bring the back half length, open it up the right side facing each other like this. Then go ahead and make a straight line for your zipper allowance. Place your ruler, go ahead and make a straight line for a zipper allowance. Then after marking it, you're going to go ahead and place your yoke, your back yoke, go ahead and place it like this. So this is how you're going to place it. Place them like this, the right side facing each other. Use your lining to cover it up like this. Then go ahead and pin it down. After pinning, head over to your sewing machine and sew with half of an inch on the neckline and on the both side as well. After doing that, guys, you can see that I've gone ahead to join it You can see, so I'm working with a lace that is too stretchy. This lace stretch a lot, you get. So I'll just place my tape, removing the ½ inch for the shoulder slant. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark the 15 inches for the half length. Do you get? Adding extra ½ inch, you get, for joining the down part of the skirt. Then go ahead and place them the right side facing each other. Go ahead and trim it off. After measuring yours, if you have any excess, just go ahead and trim it off. I did mine, but I did it out of camera for the sake of time. Do you get? So right here, this is the skirt part for the back and the front piece. Do you get? So if you don't know how to do this one, you can go ahead and check my other videos on how to make gowns, how to make any dress at all. You're going to see how I drafted and sewed this one as well. Do you get? I did this one out of camera for the sake of time, please. You get? So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and join the half length. You get? After joining them, I'm going to as well go ahead and make the dart, and after making the dart, I will be right back. So guys, this is what I have after joining and making my dart. This is how it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and place them the right side facing each other like this. Then after placing them, what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and fix my zipper, and I'll also go ahead and finish the seam opening. So guys, for the front, what you're going to do now is to fold your skirt. You get? Go ahead and fold it, then iron it out to give you the lines for the midpoint. You can see that I used my chalk to make it very visible for you guys. Then what I'm trying to do now is to cut out the basque for the front. You get? So go ahead and place the half length on top of it like this. Do you get? Then after placing it like this, place your tape. Maybe you can mark 1 inch or ½ inch. No, don't mark 1 inch. Go ahead and mark ½ inch. You get? Mark ½ inch, then mark ½ inch on this other side. You get? Place them like this. You can see that it's on the midpoint, both the half length and the skirt part. It's on midpoint. So you're going to use your chalk to sketch it out just like this. Continue sketching. Sketch it very well, just like this, to give you the V shape at the front. Do you get? Then after sketching it like this, what you're going to do next is to go ahead and remove the front half length, then go ahead and sew it on the line. You get? So guys, after I was done sewing, you can see what I have here. Then after sewing, you can go ahead and cut it off like this. After cutting, you're going to bring your front half length, then place them like this, the right side facing each other. Use your scissors and notch it. You get? Notch the skirt part and also notch the half length part. Then after that, you are going to go ahead and join it. You get? Just join it this way, then use your pin, hold them in place. Just continue pinning, then after pinning, go ahead and sew with ½ inch. Then make sure that the V is very visible. Make sure that it's very pronounced on the dress. Do you get? So I'll just go ahead and do mine, and I'll come back to show you guys how it looks like. Do you get? After joining, you can see what I have here. You can see that the V really showed up very well. You can see that it came out very well. So this is the wrong side. This is how I sewed it. So make sure you sew it so it's going to pronounce at the front. Do you get? And after I was done doing that, this is the back piece. I'm going ahead and place it on top of the front piece, then go ahead and join it. So you can see what I have here, guys. I also went ahead to pipe the front neckline on the yoke, join the both sides together, join the shoulder and all of that. You can see. So guys, after I was done doing this, next thing to do now is to go ahead and fix the sleeve. So I already gone ahead to cut out the sleeve. If you don't know how to cut a basic long sleeve, I already have it on my channel. I'm going to be linking all the links in the description box of this video, so you go ahead and check everything out. You get? So this is the sleeve. You can see on my armhole I left space. Can you see? So I'll just go ahead and fix this, and I will be right back. So guys, after making everything, you can see how it looks like. I went ahead to put it on, and I really love how it came out. I know you must have been wondering why the center, that is the middle part, looks somehow rumpled. This is maybe because of the kind of fabric I used for the upper part. This is doll face. I couldn't get crepe material because of time, so I said to use doll face for it. And another thing is that I already listed out this corset with a yoke for this week's tutorial. So next week I will be sharing another new tutorial. So that's why I said let me manage this doll face. And beside, it's my dress. If I'm to make it for someone else, I could have, wait and get the crepe at big market like that. You get. So I really love how this came out. It was fine and it's really good on me. So guys, this will be the end of today's tutorial. Please, if you love this video, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Do have a lovely day and bye.